what's going on, guys? What is happening? It's your boy Dives, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Welcome to the Suit Up Geeks podcast. Make sure you go check us out on Twitter at the Suit Up Geeks. Today, it is kind of a time to kind of reflect on what we just saw with the MCU, with WandaVision, the finale just finishing up. And we're going to kind of look ahead and rank and tier the top MCU projects, film and TV, moving forward. Joining me today is my man, Loretto. He is at Marcellus Durden on Twitter. What's up, Lo?
What's going on? Finally got some time off from my busy schedule at work, and it's nice to relax and shoot the breeze and talk about exciting projects coming up. Don't mind the bedhead. I'm rocking Powerline today. Let's go. Let's see this eye to eye.
I don't have the bedhead issue, unfortunately. So here we are. All right, I got we have rankings. We have S, A, B, C, D, E, and F, and we are going to rank them top to bottom. Before we get started, though, we are going to be doing on Friday a versus series of The Mandalorian Season 1 versus WandaVision Season 1. We're going to break it down, rank it between visuals and storyline and memorable moments, and grade it, each individual aspect of both of those seasons. That'll be on Friday at 7 p.m. East Coast time. Don't want to miss that. And then we've got major giveaways going on by my man Steve from Steve's Cards and Collectibles. We will be giving out an encased Falcon card with a movie prop of the fabric that he wore in Civil War by Anthony Mackie. We'll be giving that out in 2 Fridays, I guess, during our series premiere review of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Don't want to miss that. Further ado, let's get this rolling. Let's start with S, Loretto. Is there anything on this list that is automatic banger, S rating, top of the top, best of the best MCU? What's your most anticipated film and TV series?
I would have to go No Way Home. And when we say S, we mean S for Supreme, right?
Yeah, it's for Spider-Man.
And I just feel like, just in it, to keep it simple, that's the closest thing to us. So that is like the most immediate thing out of the group to really look forward to film-wise. And Spider-Man's my favorite Marvel character. I want to see how it ends. I wasn't crazy about Far From Home, but I feel like this will bring it home to us. And I don't know if all the crazy rumors are going to come true, but I think we're going to see something special. So,
yeah, I agree. This is definitely an S rating. You've got Doctor Strange being kind of that mentor in Spider-Man 3, kind of like the biggest like WTF moment in recent months. You've got Jamie Foxx being in this. You've got the
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, Electro, right? He's going to be in Electro. I thought
I heard you say Jimmy Fox. I was like,
Jimmy Foxx. All right, my bad. Jamie Foxx. Who knows at this point? I'm still recovering from our Friday night banger of waking up at 12:30 in the morning and watch parties. Anyway, here we are. Jamie Foxx as Electro. You have the seeds of that Spider-Verse being planted in No Way Home. Definitely an S list for me. I will go and pick an S-rated one here, and I'm going to go Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And I think this deserves the S rating for me because of my love for Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Everything we have seen from this so far it looks like just that same vibe, that same tone that I loved from the Winter Soldier. That action looks incredible. That action choreography. I could not be more excited for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This was the one TV series, not WandaVision, but the one TV series that I was like, as soon as they announced it, I was like, yes, like this. I can't wait to see where this storyline unfolds, where the breadcrumbs lay with this series moving forward. It comes out in like 2 weeks. I think it's only 6 episodes, so it's going to be shorter than WandaVision. What about you, man? Any comments on that? And what's your next one?
I agree 100%. I think that the tone, like you said, is matching Captain America Winter Soldier, but also like I feel like after the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan low-key got sidelined. And Sebastian Stan's great. His performance was excellent. And even though we see him in Civil War and Infinity War, he just gets a couple scenes of just haha Spider-Man, wow, you have a metal arm, and then he has the scene with Rocket. But other than that, he's more or less sidelined, and he has a nice moment in Endgame, but that's about it. It's nice to see more of Sebastian Stan. He's an excellent actor. And I agree. I think that's, in terms of the shows, that's literally right around the corner. We're days away from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And I'll admit, I was watching UFC 259 last night, and they had a nice little like sneak preview clip. It wasn't a straight teaser or trailer, but it was a nice clip of like coming soon, and it got me hyped. So with that being said, let's throw Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness in there, man. I mean, after WandaVision, and like you said, after knowing he'll probably appear in Spider-Man as well, the idea of the multiverse and its magnitude of what it could mean for the MCU and what it could mean for any character that's coming, you know, it could be X-Men, it could be Fantastic Four. There's just so much going on. And I just think with Wanda confirmed to be in Doctor Strange, and after seeing the wonderful ending, the tragic ending, the WandaVision, I am hyped like out of my mind for Doctor Strange. The only reason why I would give Spider-Man the bump over it is just because he's my favorite character. But Doctor Strange is literally right there. There's like no difference in my hype for that.
Yeah, that's a great one. I mean, Doctor Strange, if there was any success of WandaVision, it was not really like itself as a series, as a standalone series, more so as a setup and planting the seeds for everything else. The fact that you're going to get a full-blown Scarlet Witch in Doctor Strange only makes that much more exciting. I think this is only the beginning for Scarlet Witch's character, who's already confirmed to be in Doctor Strange 2. Just super, super excited for where that continues. I'll continue with Thor, Love, and Thunder is in my S rankings here. And what can you say more about Christian Bale? I mean, being the villain, Gore the God Butcher, I mean, that has to be one of the most... I'm a DC fan. So at the heart of myself, I am a villain guy. I love my villains, and Christian Bale has real potential to be one of the most memorable MCU villains yet. Just kind of like that idea of like American Psycho Patrick Bateman in a Taika Waititi like MCU movie is insane. I don't even know that would be like above an S for me. But man, it's going to be awesome. So I'm going Thor, Love, and Thunder there. Any comments on that? And do you have any more S ratings here?
I would say I just have one more, but just to touch on Thor. So Spider-Man is like my favorite comic book character, but in the MCU, I actually prefer Thor just because of how much character development he's had. Ragnarok is one of my favorite films. It's in my top 3, I believe. And Christian Bale, like you said, man, when you get A-list talent as a big bad, as a villain, you look at Josh Brolin, you look at Kate Blanchett as, you know, in Thor Ragnarok, and it's just, you get that kind of quality actor in the villain role, and when they nail it, they nail it. So I'm excited for Christian Bale, like you said. And also, my love for Natalie Portman can't be said enough.
Yep.
I cannot wait to see Jane take on the mantle of Thor. That's going to be insane. So jumping right into the final slot, I would imagine, for the S tier, I think out of the group, you know, there's a lot of good ones there, but I think the mystery, the talent of Chloe Zhao, and the insane cast she put together, for me personally, I have to throw Eternals in there. You know, Angelina Jolie, Salma Hayek, God forgive me, I can't remember his name right now off the top of my head, but the dude from Train to Busan, and the what's his name, Kumail, what's his last name, the Indian guy?
Yeah, I know
for the role. Overall,
so good.
I'm butchering these guys not for not knowing the name. Sorry, but I just gotta say that the cast is like super diverse and it looks so exciting. I feel like this could be this era of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, because going to the Guardians of the Galaxy, we knew nothing about, or personally, I didn't know much about the characters. I didn't know much about what we were going to expect. And I think Eternals could be the same thing for us, because these are like, in the comics, these people are legend. There's so much to the Eternals that I think there's so much to dig into there. So
yeah, and you have Kit Harington as Black Knight, and that in itself is going to be really fun to see Jon Snow in the MCU. This is where it gets hard, because what's an S versus an A? I'm going to go with my first A here, and I'm going to go Fantastic Four. I'm going to go Fantastic Four as my A, because it hasn't received the love. We don't really know much about Fantastic Four right now in the MCU. The fact that Kevin Feige is got his hands on it, is going to build this from the ground up. We didn't get it. Didn't get any kind of hints or Easter eggs in WandaVision. I'm really upset. I was hoping for a Reed Richards nod and Sword in space, Negative Zone, all that fun stuff, or even Latveria with the multiverse. It didn't happen. It didn't happen as I earlier predicted, like in the earlier episodes of WandaVision. But how can you not have the original family up in one of the top tiers? Just super excited for what Fantastic Four means, and for Marvel fans everywhere. Marvel's Fantastic Four has to be at least an S or an A tier. What about you, man?
Hey, good choice. I didn't even. It's one of my most anticipated releases, but with the lack of information and it being so far away, it just isn't in my mind the same way that S tier is. So I think one way to separate those tiers, I mean, we're obviously hyped for all these projects, but I think the ones that are coming closer, the ones that are nearest to us, I think has to take those top spots. So I have no quarrel with our top 5. Fantastic Four is a great choice. I'm going to go with Quantumania.
Nice.
Yes, I'm coming out of left field there because if you talked to me like 4 or 5 months ago, it probably would have been different. But I have a lot of respect for Jonathan Majors. Again, getting talented people in these roles. Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror, who is an elite MCU comic book villain, man. He's, up there with Thanos and Galactus and Doctor Doom. Kang is right there. He's a powerful character that the Avengers, anybody else he's messing with, Fantastic Four, and as we can see in Quantumania, he's going to be dealing with Ant-Man. So anybody in his way, man, you better watch out. Also, I think that I wasn't crazy about Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I just think Paul Rudd as Scott Lang is just such a fun character. Michael Douglas as his mentor playing, Hank Pym. It's just the Ant-Man crew is so fun. Michael Pena. Now you got Michelle Pfeiffer and what's her name? Evangeline Lilly. It's such a fun family. So I'd love to see their adventures continue. And now it looks like they're entering this whole new realm into the universe, especially with Kang awaiting. So what up, Geekly Goods?
What's going on, Geekly Goods? What up, guys? We are rating tiering our most anticipated MCU projects here. I love the pick with Quantumania, and I love how you mentioned Kang. I wonder if the tone. It's interesting how we have Fantastic Four and Ant-Man there together, because talk about just lovable families and so much heart in between these two franchises. That's kind of an interesting parallel there. But really excited to see how Kang impacts Ant-Man and the Wasp moving forward, because they haven't had that kind of threat yet. And mostly Ant-Man has been kind of a standalone, all about heart and warmth, and they planted major seeds for the MCU, but mostly it was just a feel-good story. So that'll be really interesting to see how Kang impacts that. I'm excited to see how they deal with that. I gotta go with one of my favorite franchises here, and it would be a sin if it's not at least an S or an A, and that is Blade. I am throwing Blade right up here in the top. Oh my gosh, what more can you say? I've been waiting for this for so long. I grew up watching the original Blades with Wesley Snipes. The fact that you got that A-lister on here is the icing on the cake here as the main actor, and this is like I put Falcon the Winter Soldier, I put Thor Love and Thunder, but for me personally, this has got to be my favorite movie on this list. We're a long way to go. Geekly Good says yes, top tier, absolutely. Blade is going to be the game changer for the MCU moving forward, I think, and I'm just so excited for what it means. I was hoping we would get like that Jimmy and Darcy like X-Files spin-off series, and they go hunting for the supernatural, run into some vampires, and that leads them into Blade, but it's not going to happen. But here we are. What about you, man? Any comments on that? And do you have any other A-listers?
Oh, 100%. We are not done with this tier. But I will say that I understand the MCU's thing with keeping to their tone of their films, but I think it would be a disservice to the character if I think they're not going with the R rating on this, right? So
PG-13.
Aside from that being a little bit of a downer for me, who else could fill the shoes of Wesley Snipes than Mahershala Ali, Academy Award winner Mahershala Ali, who is fantastic in any tiny role you put him in, from Cottonmouth in Luke Cage to Alita Battle Angel, where he had like 2 minutes of screen time. This guy is phenomenal, man. He just eats up the screen, and I cannot wait to see him slice and dice some vampires, man. So great choice. I think that's an excellent. I agree with you, you and Leo, man. I think it perfectly fits in that tier. For me, this is starting to get a little tough because I hate to say, oh, I'm looking forward to this versus the other. I mean, honestly, I have a lot of love for a lot of these characters, but I gotta go with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Nice.
Both Guardians of the Galaxies are in my top 10 MCU films. James Gunn knocked it out of the park. That cast, that family is such an exciting bit of cinema, just to witness all these goofy characters. You fall in love with a tree and a raccoon and a strange tattooed warrior who is an idiot, and it's just such a lovable group of creatures and aliens, and one ridiculous human that's just off the wall with his references and his goofy singing and dancing, man. So I'm really excited to see possibly Adam Warlock. I like Leo was saying, we might get some Thor in Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe a little bit of Guardians of the Galaxy in Love and Thunder. Who knows how much we're gonna get in each, but hey, by the way, Leo and who's joining us? Bobby Stevens.
Yeah, hold on.
Stuff at the bottom is not done yet. We're moving things around.
We just started. We're going from the top to bottom. This is not complete, guys. We just started with our S, and we're on A right now. So we're gonna go then to B to C. This is not organized.
Full disclaimer: we are organizing the films into the tiers, so everything at the bottom is not set in stone, guys. So yeah, I mean, I just people have quarrel with James Gunn, but I can't wait to see how this ends. And like I said, Adam Warlock, or of the other, I think there's a lot of stuff in play here. So.
Right. That's a great choice. I think Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is a little underrated in many respects. It's kind of a little forgotten, but there's like so much heart in that movie. So
real quick before I'm done with it, I just want to piggyback on that, Dives. I wasn't crazy about Volume 2 when I first saw it.
Yeah.
And I saw it again, and I'm not going to lie, I cried. And I saw it again, and now I like it more than the first one. And now Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is literally in my hovering in my top 5. It's right there.
Yeah, Bobby goes. I was like, "Damn, no respect." And Googly goes like, "Hold on." So we're not.
Bobby, I got you, bro. I got you.
All right, I'm gonna go next with my final A-lister. It might be a surprise. I'm not sure about you, Lo, because I don't know your list. You don't know mine. We're just winging this thing. And I'm going to go What If in my A-list, which I think is going to be an extremely fun time. What I think of MCU, I love it when they go in left field. I love it when they kind of just go against what they're known for and giving you something fresh, just like WandaVision. I loved WandaVision. When they give you something fresh, it's always a blast. And you look at kind of what If is, you're going to see an alternate view of the Marvel movie timeline. It's going to be a ton of fun. Like what if Tony Stark never escaped captivity in Afghanistan? You've got Samuel Jackson, Chris Hemsworth. Basically, everybody is returning for this series. So you're going to see just episodes of different stories and how they could be different. I think What If is low-key probably the most exciting project right now, and I'm just more than excited. What about you, Loretta? Any comments on that? And
I will say, man, I don't share the same sentiment. I think it's gonna be cool to see, and like it's gonna be fresh. It's gonna be refreshing. But my issue with that is that it's just a what if, and it's just like this would be cool, wouldn't it? And then I don't know. I just feel like it's not gonna progress any of our characters moving forward. It's just a nice, hey, look, it's Cap Hydra. And
it's gonna be so fun, man.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. It'll be fun to watch, but it wasn't up in that tier for me. Are we sticking to 5 for each tier?
Let's do that for the sake of just trying to balance this thing. Unless you have a stone cold A-lister before we get to B. Do you?
I do. But you know what though? It's fine. You could throw it in B, and in my heart, I know it's in my A tier. So let's do the first row of B. And
hold on. Let me address this. Amanda says Black Widow down to 5. We haven't gotten there yet. We've only done S and A. We're moving then to B and so forth. So we're not there yet, guys. I probably should have done this better, but
by the way, welcome Amanda. If you don't follow Canon Cinema, subscribe. Follow Geekly Good, subscribe. Got a lot of fun people in the chat today. Thank you guys for joining us. And if you are just joining us, we are organizing the bottom. It's not set in stone.
Yeah,
just hang on. We're filling up the top and going down. So first one for the B tier, I got you, Bobby Stevens. We got to go Shang-Chi, man.
Nice.
I'm an Asian American myself. I love the representation. I grew up on Jackie Chan, Jet Li. You know, nowadays, like we got more like Donnie Yen and the guys from the Raid. I love martial arts cinema, so I can't wait to see that within the MCU. Shang-Chi himself is such a fun character, and Simu Liu is ripped. He's athletic. He's like he looks the part, and he looks like he's so passionate about the character. And also, last thing before I go too long on this, the cast they're adding to this, you know, Tony Leung and just legendary Chinese, you know, these are like A-list Chinese actors comparable to like George Clooney and stuff like that. So like in China, these are big actors, and I can't wait to see this come to the screen. So
yeah, I was going to put that absolutely. I was questioning between an A and B for Shang-Chi. Everything about that is like the action choreography is going to be in that same tier as like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like it's going to be extremely exciting, I think. But here we go. I'm going to lead off with my B rating, and this is where it gets again challenging. But I'm going to go Miss Marvel. I think for my B is Miss Marvel. Kamala Khan is an extremely fun character. I can't wait to see get her chance on the small screen and what that means for her moving forward. I was really upset that we didn't get her in at least a tease in the WandaVision. They were in Westview in New Jersey. They were right around her neck of the woods. I thought for sure Wanda opening up the multiverse would have like possibly planted the seeds for Miss Marvel moving forward. That didn't happen. But here we are. I think Miss Marvel is going to be just as effective as like Spider-Man was. It's going to be a coming of age story. She kind of like nerds out just like Tom Holland's Spider-Man does, like in the presence of all these major Avengers. And I think there's a relatability to that. And I think it's going to be really, really fun. Miss Marvel is my B. Any thoughts on that moving forward?
Again, you know, we're a little bit different of opinion here, but that's why this is fun. You know, if you and me agreed on everything, we would have no interesting discussion. So, I agree though. I love that when they showed the preview of her, she had Captain Marvel on her wall. So I thought that was a fun, like meta moment. You know, her like being a fangirl, like you said. Yeah, that wouldn't be in that tier for me.
Okay.
And I will be honest, I'm a little bit torn right now because I'm hovering between 3 options here for this tier. But I'm going to be honest. I'm going to choose this next one simply because it could be a complete failure or it could be completely awesome, but I just need to know how they're going to pull this off. I got to go with Deadpool 3.
Nice.
If they're going to keep the same tone, if they're going to keep the same like raw, like just visceral like insanity that Ryan Reynolds brings to the vulgar, violent nature of the character, and if they do anything fun with him in terms of like, you know, there's so many ways they can go. They can do like if they're doing multiverse stuff, he could kill the whole universe and then, you know, snap it back at the end like, haha, just kidding, or, you know, I don't know what they're gonna do with it, but I just think Ryan Reynolds is one of like 3 or 4 guys that were literally perfect for the character. I loved the first 2 films. I can't wait to see how this fits in. So,
all right, awesome pick. Deadpool 3 is like one of those like just like Blade. How they're gonna mesh that violence and all that into the MCU is gonna be really, really fun. Amanda says, I'm so excited for Miss Marvel. Yes, Kamala Khan is gonna crush it. It's gonna be absolutely fantastic. I'm so looking forward to Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, and Monica Rambeau on the screen together, 100%. Zachary says, why is Hawkeye Black Widow at the bottom? We haven't gotten there yet. We're starting from the top to bottom. I probably should have made a disclaimer.
Hey, you know what? You could do it now, but do a disclaimer at the bottom on the ticker. But thank you, Zachary, for joining us. Thank you, everybody watching. We are not done organizing the bottom, so don't yell at us. Yeah,
we're going from S to F. So this is not organized. We just got done doing S and A. We're now mid B tier. So we've got Shang-Chi, Miss Marvel, Deadpool 3. And I am going to go with a TV series here that I think has extreme potential, and that is Moon Knight. Moon Knight is
glad you did that. That's one of the ones I was kind of like going back and forth with. So.
Oscar Isaac as Warren Spector is gonna be absolutely bananas. Moon Knight has some of the best potential as just a character alone. This guy is crazy. The action, him having split personalities, multiple personalities, is just going to be a blast to watch. Moon Knight definitely deserves a B-list. It was one of the most exciting announcements when it went down. Moon Knight makes my B-list. What about you, man?
Oh man, I love it. I'm a huge Oscar Isaac fan, and I think it's great, especially for just a series. You know, especially like you compare it to like Pedro Pascal being the Mandalorian. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great when you can bring that type of talent to a smaller scale series or show. It's crazy when you do that. You know, great things happen. I gotta say, I'm really torn right now because I want to keep it at 5. You know, I'm again stuck between two choices here, but I'm gonna be honest. And this is recency bias, 100%. So I will admit it. There's 100%. This is recency bias, but because of WandaVision, because of Monica Rambeau, it's got to be Captain Marvel 2 for me.
Interesting.
I just think Captain Marvel 2 is gonna have so much more in store for the MCU than we are imagining. Obviously, Secret Invasion will lead to Captain Marvel 2, but also I'm just wondering, you know, this is my theory mind going again. I got a Jimmy Neutron brain blast going on, guys. What if we start building
That's
up?
a different show. That's a different show.
What was it? Oh, Jimmy Neutron. I know. But what if, guys, hey, bear with me. What if we start building to Secret Wars as the next pinnacle event in the MCU? We got Infinity War. What if we get Secret Wars? And Secret Wars, if you guys don't know, ties in everybody. Fantastic Four, Avengers, X-Men fighting together, united against Doctor Doom, and in the background is Galactus, and it's such an epic storyline. Monica Rambeau is actually in that comic. It's one of my favorite runs. I'm not super deep, but from the small stuff that I know and I have, Secret Wars is up there for me. So Captain Marvel 2, I think, has a lot in store for us.
Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, like I said with Doctor Strange, if there was any kind of true success of WandaVision, it's making me that much more excited for Captain Marvel. And I thought Tiana Paris's performance as Photon, Monica Rambeau, was terrific. She stole every single scene up until probably like episode 7. Her transformation scene was one of my favorite moments of the series. But Elizabeth Olsen's performance the last couple episodes that were just absolutely ridiculous. So she's my favorite. But Tiana Paris as Photon and seeing that, you know, progress as she goes into Sword, I think it's more of a Secret Invasion type of storyline they're moving forward to. But that I was not excited for Captain Marvel 2, but here we are. And the fact that WandaVision made me more excited for Captain Marvel 2 is really important. It's really important to say that. So Geekly Good says Secret Wars is better than Secret Invasion.
Facts.
Far better than Civil War 2. And honestly, the best modern mega crossover Marvel has.
Hey, Leo's hitting the nail on the head, man. That's where I'm coming from. I got you, brother.
All right, so here we get to Tier C. We just get to Tier C. And this is kind of where we're getting into a lot of the unknown territory with the MCU moving forward. So this is going to be very difficult. I'm going to go with Tier C, and I got to put Loki on here. I'm going Loki. I think it's going to be just a fun time-traveling story here. We don't really know much about it. We got a trailer. But, I mean, Tom Hiddleston is terrific as Loki. And where that goes, we had kind of the breadcrumbs of Loki after Avengers Endgame that he's gone now. But this is kind of interesting to see how the God of Mischief kind of makes his impact into the MCU moving forward. He's going to be brought in by the Time Variance Authority, and we're going to just kind of see where that kind of goes. You mentioned Kang. I think that the timeline and the multiverse is everything, and Loki definitely has real potential to kind of shake things up. So here we go. Any comments on that, Lo? And what is your next C-level tier movie TV series?
Well, that's an excellent choice because when I was on the fence about Deadpool and Captain Marvel 2 for my B tier, Loki was hovering in my mind. The trailer blew me away. I'll admit, when they did the Disney Investors Day and we saw all this stuff, Loki was at the bottom of my list just because I didn't really know what to expect. And then they showed us footage, that trailer, and I was like, wow, that actually looks kind of fun. Tom Hiddleston's amazing. And Owen Wilson, I think, is Owen Wilson a part of the TVA? Like, he's kind of bringing him in.
Yeah.
And then I think AJ was saying we're gonna get like a council of Lokis or something like that. Like,
yeah, I got like an Umbrella Academy vibe to that. I don't know if you felt that too, but like I feel like it's going to be extremely fun.
yeah, it sounds like a whole lot of fun, and who knows where that's gonna go, because the fact that Loki has the damn Tesseract and is flying around through God knows what dimension and what universe, who knows where Loki ends up, right? So that's fun. This next one, it's really hard for me to talk about. But I would be like remiss if I didn't at least anticipate somewhat, because we need to know how they handle the character moving forward. And I trust Ryan Coogler. He's one of my favorite filmmakers. He's a brilliant director. I hate that we lost Chadwick Boseman, but at the same time, the Black Panther mythos and characters like Shuri, and there's still a lot to see in Wakanda. And I'm excited and also heartbroken to see what they do with T'Challa's character ultimately. And hopefully, I think Ryan Coogler will probably take care of it properly. But at the same time, it's hard to look forward to something that literally is missing its star. So, but I'm looking forward to see what happens.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm glad you brought it up. It's something that's extremely difficult to talk about for me still. I'm not over it. And Black Panther 2 would be interesting to see how that proceeds. My C-level tier, I'm going to go Black Widow. Black Widow makes my C-level tier here. I think the main kind of storyline, is why did it freaking take so long for Black Widow to get her solo movie? It's ridiculous, to be honest. And B, Yelena Belova. I think this is a character that you're not going to see for the first and last time in this film. I think the seeds are planting for her to take the mantle in this franchise as Black Widow, White Widow, whatever she's going to be. I think Black Widow is going to be terrific. It takes place after Civil War based on all the trailers. The tone of Captain America or the Winter Soldier is really, thick in the Black Widow. And I think there might be a little mutant potential there for Taskmaster. So we will see. We will see. Any comments on that, Loretto, and any other C-level films or TV
I better
series?
see a post-credits Omega Red or I don't want it. No, I'm just kidding. That's the X-Men in me. But I'm going to be honest. I'm not that hyped for Black Widow anymore. It's just been so long. It's been delayed. I don't see where this fits in the grander story. And I don't hear what I'm not saying, okay? I love Scarlett Johansson. She's wonderful, but I just feel like we've seen what she has to offer as the character, and we've seen the spy stuff before. I don't know what else this is bringing to the table other than fun action. And I love Florence Pugh. Don't get me wrong. I think David Harbour is wonderful. He looks funny in his, it still fits, the red suit and stuff like that. And Taskmaster looks fun, but it's not my highly anticipated film. I just feel like it's been so long that I could care less now, especially with our S and A tier in my heart being more anticipated than Black Widow itself. It'll be a nice send-off for ScarJo, but other than that, I just don't see where this fits in the grander story. Going on into the next film or series here, this is getting tough. I don't want to disrespect, some of these newer characters, but at the same time, we haven't seen enough footage, or I'm actually not familiar with some of these characters more so than the ones that we've already picked. I'm going to go with Armor Wars. I think War Machine is an excellent character that has his own excellent comic series of himself. Like, he is Iron Man 2.0, but at the same time, the character of Rhodey's fun. I love Don Cheadle, and I'm kind of curious the route this show is going to go. And also, I want to know how this ties in. I think the intrigue and the mystery of the show is what's got me excited. So,
all right, Armor Wars goes up. That is, so the taking of Tony Stark's technology, Don Cheadle's back. Don't really know much beyond that, but that's going to be very, very fun. I mean, I don't know if I would put that at C. I think I would probably put that a little bit down for me. But I'm going to make Zachary's life much, much better because Hawkeye needs to get some respect here. Hawkeye is level C for me, which I'm surprised it's not Hawkgirl. But here we are. Haley Steinfeld's going to be absolutely terrific as Hawkgirl coming into Hawkeye. I think that was one of the main seeds that I got. Main takeaways of the seeds being planted from WandaVision is that Young Avengers storyline coming very, very soon. And Hawkgirl, led by Haley Steinfeld, is going to be absolutely terrific. So, yeah, that's level C. Do you have any other level Cs?
No, man, and I think that's a good choice, especially because I love Haley Steinfeld. I think that's like pitch perfect casting. Hey, we got you, Zach. I think Kate as Kate Bishop, I think it's pitch perfect casting. But at the same time, same thing with Black Widow. I don't know what Hawkeye is providing to the grander story of the MCU. It sounds fun. I bet you the action's amazing, and Jeremy Renner is always fun as Hawkeye. But I'm just not sure what else that show is bringing other than some fun action scenes there. Going into the next tier, again, this is no disrespect to anybody involved with the show or anybody else, but it's just all this talent and all these fun stuff coming somewhere. These shows got a line in the lower tier, so I'm gonna go Secret Invasion. Yeah. I love Sam Jackson as Nick Fury. Ben Mendelsohn as Talos is amazing. It just feels like it's gonna be a glorified trailer for Captain Marvel 2, in my opinion. I don't know what surprises they'll have in store for us, but Sam Jackson's great. Ben Mendelsohn's great. So I think it'll just be fun if it's just a buddy cop thing and that's it. That's cool. But we'll see what happens, right?
Yep. I'm going to follow that up with She-Hulk going into tier D here for me. Jennifer Walters is going to be a blast to watch on the small screen. You've got Mark Ruffalo returning. You've got Abomination returning, and I think that's going to be really, really fun. So She-Hulk has that same potential as like Miss Marvel.
I didn't know about Abomination. That's pretty cool.
Yep. So that's going to be just a major threat there, which we probably don't. I don't know if we have that many major threats in these TV series like Hawkeye, Loki, all that kind of stuff. So we'll see. We will see. But She-Hulk is going to be fun. Jennifer Walters is going to kill it. And go. Any other move on?
Excellent choice, man. I got one more, and then we can move on. But I would just say that I don't know the character that well, and I don't know Tatiana Maslany that well. I hear she's great. So, but last one for D, I'll go Ironheart. I think it's exciting to know Riri Williams is coming to the MCU. The girl they cast for her looks awesome. We don't know enough about it, which is kind of unfortunate, but I'm excited to see it. And like you said, man, we're setting up Young Avengers possibly. So it'll be fun to see that progress.
Awesome. And then we get our last two here, which is I Am Groot and the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. I Am Groot's going to be kind of like this, like I think an animated short, which is going to be coming out in like 2022 and directed by James Gunn. So the fact alone, like if there's anything you didn't know about James Gunn and his character and character development, this guy loves those characters. Should we put it at D or E? It's kind of like where I'm going. I'm not really sure right now. I'm going to go with E because it probably doesn't have that much impact. It's just going to be probably a very sweet and fun series about Groot, which we know and love. I'm going to put this in the E range. But again, Groot, who doesn't love freaking Groot? It's going to be a freaking blast. What about you, Loretto?
I was going to say, man, you could leave. I would have left that in the F tier. I mean, no offense. I love Groot. I think he's great, but especially knowing it's an animated series and maybe it doesn't really tie in anything. It's just a series. It's probably one of those ones I probably wouldn't have watched. But Groot's fun. And let's throw Guardians of the Galaxy, the holiday special, up in E. I think it'll be fun. It'll be like kind of like the Lego holiday special, which was wonderful, but it's just like a fun little thing you watch at Christmas and maybe not revisit.
Yeah.
So, James Gunn's involved, and I'm sure it'll be fun. So we'll see.
Zachary says, "Why is I Am Groot so low?" I mean, the show is mostly bad, but most likely the Groot and Vin Diesel is awesome. That's what I mean, right? Like that's what it is. I think that's why it's E. It's just going to be a lovable, fun, short series that probably doesn't make an impact. It's just going to be is what it is.
And Zach, if I could speak to that,
at all.
Yeah, if I could speak to that, maybe it's awesome. Maybe I'm wrong, but I wouldn't rank it above anything we have above it.
Yeah, everything else we have here is planting seeds for major storylines moving forward. I don't know where I Am Groot is right now, and I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special is 100% probably a standalone, just for fun, shits and giggles type of thing. So, any final thoughts on our tier ranking here, Loretto, and final plugs?
I will be honest. I mean, minus the what if in the A tier. I would say it looks beautiful. It looks great. I think that top 3 tiers is they're all bangers and they're all exciting, and it's gonna show us a lot of what to come, and I can't wait to see it. And people want to talk bad about the MCU, but this whole slate is fresh. It's different. It's nothing like we've seen the first 3 phases. So
what?
Yeah, also, just follow Geekly Goods. Follow us. Click like down below. That's all I got.
I would probably move Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania down a notch, and I think I would move Shang-Chi up 1. I think Shang-Chi could probably go up 1 based on
you should have looked for where What If was. I'm just kidding.
I love it. Guys, thank you everyone for watching. We are the Suit Up Geeks podcast. Please be sure to follow us on Twitter at the Suit Up Geeks. Follow my man Loretto on Twitter at Marcellus Durnan. I am Mr. Crockpot. We are doing a giveaway. We have a Anthony Mackie Falcon card that is encased with a piece of prop from the Civil War that's attached. It's going to be awesome. We are giving that away during our Falcon and the Winter Soldier series premiere review, which will be going down in a couple Fridays from now. If you want more information on that, please be sure to check out the Suit Up Geeks podcast on Twitter at the Suit Up Geeks. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications. Thank you everybody for watching. Stay awesome.